All right, hello. Um, just a couple of observations with some events that have happened today. Okay. Oh, I got 1 minute to go. Okay, so I'm talking about events on the 29th of December. Okay. Firstly, this South Korea plane crash. The um, JEJU or whatever. I don't know the correct pronunciation of this, but um, or it might be JEJU. I'm not sure. But anyway, as soon as I saw this, I was getting Jesus from this. Okay, the J, the E, and this next J, just the way, I'm not quite sure the reason why, but just the way this was flowing, it's kind of reminding me of an S here, and then the U. Okay, and so we're just missing the next S, but I just, man, I was just getting Jesus from this. This thing comes down, lands, crash lands basically, no landing gear down, and really the biggest problem for this crash landing was actually this. Let me go to it here. Was basically at the end of the runway was this big berm, this big embankment with the, well, whatever antenna array this is on top of here. Okay, and basically the plane runs out of runway, runs along here and hits this embankment. Okay, now bear with me, we've got a plane that I'm seeing Jesus on the side of it. It's red and white colored, and it's hitting an embankment, if you like. It's hitting a dam at the end of this runway here. This is very unusual for this. If you watch this, you can go to this and this channel here, and this guy will give you a great rundown on what is going on here. Okay, but this is, this is a no-no at airports. Okay, this is a no-no. You want everything, basically, if you have an overrun, basically where everything can just sort of be knocked over very easily and allow that plane to come to a stop without crashing into something. So this is a big no-no right here. A very interesting, the whole thing. Okay, and then hitting this embankment, hitting the dam at the end of the runway. Okay, so this was the first thing that I wanted to talk about, was that Jesus on this plane. Now, bearing in mind that we are right now the 29th, we go 29th, the 30th, and then the 31st for the rebirth. Okay, 3 days. So this is almost like symbolizing the planes being stuck behind the dam, maybe trying to get out but can't. Okay, and obviously if you look at the shape of a plane, it looks like a big flying cross. Okay, right. Okay, and not to mention also the kind of phallic symbolism with the fuselage. Okay, so this idea of man trapped and not being able to escape the dam. Okay, now I want to show you something else that's happened today. Jimmy Carter passed away. He was 100 years old, I believe. Born on October the 1st. Okay, October the 1st, connections back to Vegas with the shooting, but October the 1st, again, if we go to the gematria, Hoover Dam is 101. Okay, so you have this nice connection with the Hoover Dam. Not to mention that Jimmy Carter is the 39th President of the United States. Why is this so important? Because 39 is the same numerology for the birthday of the Dam, the 30th of September, the 3/9, the 30th of the 9th month. Okay, so what's even more interesting is if we look at Jimmy Carter's initials, JC. JC, like Jesus Christ, dying on the same date as this plane crash. Okay, so this is extremely interesting, where the plane hits the embankment, yeah, the berm. Okay, so that's, this is where I'm at right now. Just some interesting little connections. Okay, the plane for sure. Now, I just showed you yesterday this number plate in Back to the Future. This is left spinning after the DeLorean gets hit by the train. Okay, this is the last piece that gets hit. And what, lo and behold, what do we have on here in the center of this? Again, with 9/11 and the Hoover Dam numbers. Okay, we have Jimmy Carter's numbers here. 101. We've just got to insert a 0 between these ones here. 101, born 101, and was the 39th president. Okay, I was mentioning with this number plate about 66 years from Madonna's birthday, and 136 days would have been either, depending on whether you count the end date or not, so from her birthday she would have been 66 years, 136 days, either today, well, it's not today anymore, either on the 29th of December or the 30th of December. Okay, note the year they're going to here, 2015, 215 numerology, the same as Christmas Day. Okay, 1225. Okay, now what is interesting about that is if we were to, now I did have the plane crash up here somewhere. I've got a bunch of other stuff as well. Here we are. If we go to the actual the details on the plane and everything else, we could go through the numbers. We could spend 20 minutes going through the numbers, but I don't want to do that right now. Again, the 737 relates back to Trump's ear wound as well. Okay, also relates back to Madonna, but I'm not going to explain that right now, how that ties back in with the 13th. What I want to show you though is, interestingly enough, this is, let's find, well, surely we've got here we are, JEJU Air, or how we're going to say that, I'm not sure. JEJU, founded on 125, yeah, January the 25th. We have again the same, what do I want to say? It's the same numerology as Christmas, basically, the 125. So this is kind of interesting. Okay, now one last thing to just show you. Oh dear, I tell you, I think I've done everything there I wanted to say. I just happened to click on the opening scene from Red Dawn. Okay, and this is kind of interesting. It's got Patrick Swayze in it, who we just saw in Donnie Darko. Okay, or well, I just saw in Donnie Darko because I just rewatched Donnie Darko. And he's the pedo in it, yeah. The false Christ in the film, and this is the start of the film just before the invasion is about to happen. Okay, so, well, if you're not familiar with the film, I'm actually not familiar with the film. I've seen bits and bobs of it years ago, I don't think I want to say I haven't seen the whole film all the way through, but I can definitely remember bits and pieces of it. Anyway, this is right before the invasion. Anyway, okay. So would you call that World War III? I'm not sure. But anyway, let's look at the scoreboard as the kids are getting dropped off, ready for school, ready for the invasion. Okay, 13 to 21. Okay, it's the Wolverines and the Grizzlies. The Wolverines, the home team. Again, the Wolverine and Deadpool movie that just came out. Some of you may be aware that the Deadpool is the term given to a basically the lake or whatever water, whatever reservoir is formed by a dam. Once that drops to a certain height where the water in there is, I guess, no longer usable for, at least in terms of the Hoover Dam, the Deadpool would be once they get to a point, actually it might be even lower than once they get to a point where they can't generate electricity anymore. But basically the Deadpool is when the dam's near enough empty. Okay. It's not completely empty. Obviously, there's still some stuff in there, but it's got to that stage, you know. So it's interesting with the film Wolverine and Deadpool just recently, you know. Well, anyway, I wanted to show you the score here. Okay, the 13 to 21. Because if we just read this in reverse, yeah. So we're going to read the 1 first, then the 2. So we've got 12. And then we've got the 3, the 1, 31. We've got 12, 31 in reverse here. Okay. There's some other numbers on the board there. In fact, we could, let's just skip on just a little bit. Might get a little bit better shot of it. There we go. Why didn't I just do that? Here we go. Okay. We've got some other interesting numbers like with the 44, the 44, and the 15 in the middle. Again, 105 is 9/11 to Christmas. Okay. And this is interesting with the football field because, of course, 105 is the same with the prodigal son, Patrick Mahomes. Okay, interesting with Patrick Swayze in the car there, in the truck. His birthday to the 31st is 105, if I'm getting that right from the video the other day. Okay, so this is this, you know, this 105, the 15, he plays in shirt 15, this football connection, and again, here we go. Okay, yeah, 1, 2, 12, 31. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. We could probably, and the 44. I could probably spend longer on this, but it's just something interesting to show people again. That's Red Dawn. So, yeah, that's it for the video. Keep it short and fairly sweet. All right, I'll catch you on another one soon. All right, cheers, bye.